Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Criminal homicide charges were filed in the disappearance of Jose Haran during a press conference this afternoon at the Troop N Hazleton State Police Barracks. Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis announced today that criminal homicide charges have been filed against David Alzugare and Roberto Torner in the disappearance of Jose Haran, who was last seen alive fall of 2015.
Nothing can be done to bring Jose back. However, today is the first step to ensure that the people who callously killed her son will answer for their crime and for what they have stolen from Virginia Rodriguez and the rest of Jose's family and friends.
Investigators established that Haran was killed between October 13th and November 17th of 2015. During a nearly 5-year-long investigation, law enforcement learned that Haran became acquainted with Alzugare and Torner prior to the summer of 2015. Subsequently, Alzugare and Torner became disgruntled with Haran, and their displeasure with him eventually escalated into a scheme to kill him. Investigators also learned that in the fall of 2015, Haran was shot, his body dismembered, and discarded in the Lehigh River, and other incriminating evidence was burned in a pit, which all occurred on a property owned by Torner.
Virginia Rodriguez waited by her phone for her son, Jose Haran, to call her. It was Miss Rodriguez's birthday, and Jose never missed her birthday. He routinely called, and he would not have forgotten her birthday. She waited and waited, but Jose never called. Ms. Rodriguez has not heard from her son since the fall of 2015. However, she, like any good mother, has not changed her phone number, and over the past 5 years, she has waited by that phone hoping for a miracle. She's waited and prayed for that day when the phone would ring and Jose would apologize for missing her last 5 birthdays. Sadly, that day never came, and that phone remained silent. Ms. Rodriguez has come to realize that her son is never coming home. Each day she will wake up and live every parent's greatest nightmare, the death of her child.
Since 2015, investigators conducted multiple interviews with cooperating witnesses, executed search warrants, and collected forensic evidence. That evidence includes blood samples and bone fragments from the suspected site of Haran's killing and dismemberment, as well as seized cutting instruments used to dismember Haran's body and the possible murder weapon itself, a .22 high-standard model R100 revolver, identified by a cooperating witness as being in the possession of Alzugare on the day of Haran's disappearance.
This day would not have come without the diligent, collaborative work of the Pennsylvania State Police, the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office, specifically the Detectives Unit, ATF, Weatherly Borough Police Department, and the DEA. Missing person investigations are time-consuming, and sometimes it takes years to piece everything together and to gather enough evidence that isn't just strong enough to charge, but hopefully strong enough to convict.
Both Alzugare and Torner were arraigned earlier today and have been charged with 1 count each of criminal homicide and criminal conspiracy to commit homicide. Alzugare faces an additional count of abuse of a corpse, while Torner faces an additional 2 counts of criminal solicitation to commit homicide.
The people of Luzerne County need to know that there is no such thing as a cold case. We never stop digging. We never abandon victims and their families, and we never stop seeking the truth and demanding justice.
A police pursuit that began in Hazleton ended in a crash off Interstate 81 and the arrest of 2 people. Hazleton police observed a Dodge Ram pickup truck traveling at a high rate of speed near Cedar Street around 2 a.m. Saturday. They attempted to pull over the vehicle, but the truck took off on South Poplar Street to the Arthur Gardner Parkway and entered the on-ramp to Interstate 81 northbound. The truck sped up the interstate before colliding with a barrier and striking a police cruiser. The driver then took off and exited the ramp to McAdoo and rolled over into a ditch. Police arrested 37-year-old Isaias Garcia after a brief struggle, and crews had to extricate 28-year-old Omar Vargas from the vehicle. Both were taken to an area hospital. Garcia was eventually taken to a trauma center for treatment. They were both charged with aggravated assault, fleeing and eluding, DUI, and numerous other charges. A fugitive from New Jersey was arrested after being stopped for a traffic violation in the city of Hazleton. Officers observed a Honda Odyssey traveling in the area of Penn Court Sunday morning with a New Jersey license plate and Pennsylvania inspection sticker, which didn't match. They pulled over the vehicle being driven by 35-year-old Luis Ortiz. Police found out he was a fugitive from New Jersey on a violation of probation warrant for dangerous drugs out of Middlesex County Sheriff's Office. He was taken into custody by Hazleton police and transported to Luzerne County Prison to await extradition. A Hanover Township man died as a result of an altercation over the weekend. State troopers were called to 72 Short Street in Edwardsville around 3 a.m. Sunday to assist local police in a death investigation. 45-year-old William Ram allegedly got into a fight with an unidentified male and was found dead at the scene. Ram was a former volunteer firefighter at the Plymouth Township Fire and Rescue Tilbury Station. An autopsy is scheduled for Tuesday. State police and Luzerne County detectives are currently investigating that incident in Edwardsville. Emergency crews were dispatched Sunday afternoon for a train derailment in Carbon County. North Maribon Avenue in Nesquehoning was blocked after at least 5 train cars detached from a freight train around 4 p.m. One of the cars appeared to be leaking plastic pellets. Firefighters and police at the scene had to detour traffic to Allen Street. Other detours were also set up on Catawissa Street to the south of the railroad crossing. Panther Valley Elementary School was closed today as a result of the road being blocked by 3 of the train cars. No injuries were reported at the derailment scene. An unidentified woman claimed she was abused and sexually assaulted by a man from Wyoming. Police responded to the home of 59-year-old Jay Chepanonsis on Dolores Road in Hanover Township after he reported a woman being disorderly and refusing to leave his home. There, they found the woman apparently intoxicated and holding onto a blood-soaked blanket. She had visible bruises on her arm and shoulder and told police he allegedly held her against her will, abused, and raped her. She was also forced to perform sexual acts on him and others. Chepanonis is now facing charges of rape, aggravated assault, sexual assault, and false imprisonment. He was arraigned and denied bail on grounds that he's a danger to society. When Luzerne County Council meets tomorrow evening, members will discuss the collection of a $5 vehicle registration fee. The fee took effect last year to help pay for county bridge repairs. Money that comes from the fee can be used so the county can receive a $2 million state match for the repairs. One council member proposed stopping the fee by the end of the year, stating it allows enough time for the $2 million to be collected to obtain the full match. But administration recently said Luzerne County will not have enough to receive the state match if the registration fee is canceled before the end of 2021. Council members are scheduled to vote on the matter at Tuesday night's meeting. Coming up on Wyln News, we talk heart health for Heart Month, plus no more tobacco at state park playgrounds. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Showers tomorrow with a high of 44 and a low of 28. More clouds and more showers until the sun makes an appearance this weekend. We'll be right back.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with the Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. WYLN TV 35 and the Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society present the 42nd annual telethon. 42 determined to find a cure through all we do. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 22nd from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at Premier Catering and Events at Genetti Ballrooms, 1345 North Church Street in Hazel Township. The telethon is made possible each year by these sponsors.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet Tommy. He's had a lot of injuries, but he's gotten hope and feeling much better thanks to good chiropractic care. His story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
Keeping your blood pressure in check is just one of many things you can do to prevent heart disease and stroke. Our Julie Stefanovich has more.
Heart disease affects both men and women and is the leading cause of death for women even before breast cancer across the United States.
We often think of heart disease as just a men's issue. Approximately 610,000 people die each year from heart disease, including 1 in every 3 women.
The Pennsylvania Secretary of Health, Dr. Karen Murphy, urges everyone, especially women, to get their blood pressure checked. February is National Heart Month, and by getting your blood pressure checked this month and on a regular basis, it can play a role in preventing heart disease and stroke.
High blood pressure is called a silent killer because it often has no signs or symptoms, but it is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. You might even have high blood pressure and not know it. Even if you consider yourself to be a healthy person who eats right and exercises, you could still have high blood pressure. So getting your blood pressure checked could save your life and prevent heart disease.
The American Heart Association is the nation's largest and oldest volunteer organization dedicated to fighting heart disease. According to Chairwoman Barb Baller, 90% of Americans have one or more risk factors for heart disease, including high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, smoking, obesity, and poor diets. But there are ways to help prevent the disease.
American Heart Month may be the shortest month of the year, but 28 days is plenty of time for you to do all the steps that I just mentioned. Know your numbers. You can start today with a free blood pressure screening, learn your family history, and make an appointment to talk to your healthcare professional.
Eating healthy, being physically active, and maintaining a healthy weight are steps that you can take to proactively work on having a healthy heart. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. The Pennsylvania Department of Health wants to remind Pennsylvanians it's not too late to get their flu shot. The Secretary of Health, Dr. Rachel Levine, said the department is continuing to see high flu numbers across the state. Nearly 60,000 cases were reported as of February 1st, with 40 cases resulting in death. The flu vaccine can often diminish the severity of symptoms, which include fever, headaches, tiredness, dry cough, sore throat, and congestion. The best way to prevent the flu is to get a yearly vaccination, and if you do become sick, it's important to just stay home and rest. Vaccinations can be obtained at doctor's offices, pharmacies, and walk-in clinics. Last week, the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources announced a ban on all forms of tobacco at all state park playgrounds. It's part of the Pennsylvania Department of Health's Young Lungs at Play program. The ban includes all forms of tobacco, vaping, and e-cigarettes. The items will no longer be permitted within 30 feet of state park playground facilities. The ban eliminates children's exposure to secondhand smoke at 135 locations in the state's 121 state parks. The Young Lungs at Play program is a collaborative effort by the Wolf administration to protect the health of Pennsylvanians and funded through the Department of Health and American Lung Association. Notification signs on the ban are expected to be installed by this upcoming Memorial Day. Work is underway on the proposed Emergency Operations and Training Center in Carbon County. County commissioners opened bids for the $3.5 million project at the Carbon County Complex in Nesquehoning. The next portion of the first phase includes site preparation, plumbing, and concrete pads for the facility. The road has already widened to accommodate large vehicles and fire apparatus at a cost of $800,000. 2 bids were received so far and sent to the county engineer for review and recommendation. Coming up on Shepton's News Choice, details on the upcoming Magnum Opus benefit event in Community and You. Plus, the American Cancer Society needs drivers. Stay with us.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square. Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about visiting a restaurant that has a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we'll be featuring on our show. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. Jeff Bonomo and his co-host, Alan Giannetti, welcome you into the world of craft beer, great wine, and good food. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops.
Welcome to Community and You here on Wyln. I'm Julia Wiegand, and today our special guest is Joelle Whitner, who's here to talk about Magnum Opus, a very special benefit for one local musician who recently passed, Matt the Maestro Magasco.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about, what he was to the community, what he left behind, and how many people he's inspired through his music.
Well, I can tell you that he inspired countless people musically. He was a pioneer musician in the area. He was one of the most well-known keyboard players and was involved with many, many musical acts. He was an accordion player, he was a sax player, but mostly he was a keyboard player. And he would take people under his wing and he would make them into something that he saw that they could be. He would mold them. And I think, as I said, countless people he has touched the lives of. So we're here to give back to him.
That's fantastic. Now, along the lines of giving back, let's get the where, when, and the how.
Sure. The benefit is going to be at the Tresco Fire Hall, in Tresco, obviously, on February 16th. We start at 1 o'clock and we go until 9:30. There are 10 different bands slated for the day, duos and bands. All of the musical acts are coming forward as volunteers and giving a little bit of their time to give back to Matt's family. And the how, we just knew that we needed to get together to make a difference for someone who made a difference for us.
Now, this benefit not only benefits the family, but it also kind of eases the family on the medical expenses that they had to go through. Tell me a little bit about that journey and what they had to go through.
Certainly. The last few years, Matt was on a decline because of diabetes. He had a lot of issues, right down to losing some limbs. And the absolute worst thing that could have happened was losing his ability to play his instrument. Matt was truly the maestro. He could play anything, chart anything, and was an incredible friend to boot. And when he lost his ability to play, I think he kind of just felt there was nothing left for him.
Right.
Because Matt gave so much to other people, he did not have insurance, as most musicians and artists don't have. You know, we're kind of starving artists. And so he did not have insurances to cover everything, and the expenses were so great that what he did have didn't cover everything. So they were left with quite a bit of medical expenses and funeral expenses that we're trying to help cover the cost of.
Which I'm sure you guys will be completely successful at. Tons of bands at this event, and
Absolutely.
It's coming up in February. So is there anything else that you really want to hit home with viewers right now before the event?
Not really. I just want to say that for $10, which is a donation that goes right to the family, you can purchase a ticket to the event. All of the food and the drinks will go to the Tresco Fire Hall, and we thank them very much for allowing us to be housed there. It turned out to be a little bigger than we expected, and they were very gracious. But the $10 donation will go to the Magasco family, as well as any money spent on tricky trays and extra donations.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today to talk a little bit about this event and get into a little of the nitty-gritty.
Sure.
And thank you everyone watching out there. Remember, Magnum Opus, February 16th, 1 to 9:30 at Tresco Fire Hall. Be sure to come out and support Matt, the Maestro Magastro, his family, and support a fantastic cause. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
CARES is a local and family-owned agency dedicated to providing exceptional services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Pennsylvania. CARES specializes in day and residential services, respite, home and community, behavior supports, and chaperone vacations. At CARES, the participants are the VIPs. Now contracting life-sharing and respite providers, CARES, empowering individuals to maximize their opportunities and potential in their community.
Whitetail Preserve has an immediate opening for a chef. Please call 570-455-4251, extension 1378 for details. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network. Attention, WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Winter's flying by, and Easter is just right around the corner. The Harwood Fire Company invites you to their Fish Fry Fridays during the Lenten season. The annual fundraiser begins Ash Wednesday, February 26th, and continues every Friday during the Lenten season. The menu features fish, shrimp, French fries, mac and cheese, pizza, pierogies, and potato pancakes. You can eat in or take out. Price is just $10 for adults and $5 for children. Call 570-851-0253 or stop by the Harwood Fire Company at 874 Old Street in Hazel Township. The American Cancer Society helps in the fight against cancer, and you can too by signing up to become a volunteer driver. The Road to Recovery program needs drivers in the greater Hazleton area to transport cancer patients to and from their treatments. If you have a vehicle, a good driving record, and can volunteer as little as one morning or afternoon a month, then the ACS needs your help. For more information, be sure to call 1-800-227-2345. In less than 2 weeks, we've got the 42nd Annual American Cancer Society Telethon coming up at Premier Catering and Genetti's Ballrooms from 11 to 11, Saturday, February 22nd. 42 Determined to Find a Cure Through All We Do is the theme this year. It'll feature live music and entertainment, Wyln personalities like myself, bake sales, tricky trays, a free health fair, and more. Phone banks will be open all day so you can call in to make a pledge. The public's encouraged to stop by and take part in this very important event, but if you can't be there in person, Wyln TV will be broadcasting it live right here, so be sure to tune in on TV and our live stream online. Be on the lookout for updates on our Wyln News Facebook page as well, so mark your calendars to come out and fight because we're all determined to find a cure through all we do. And that's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our Wyln News Facebook page. If you'd like to see an event promoted on our newscast, visit WYLNTV.com to submit a request form. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln TV.
Bonanza Steakhouse, 574 Susquehanna Boulevard in Hazel Township, has an unbeatable buffet filled with something for everyone. Our menu includes the finest flame-grilled steaks, barbecue ribs, chicken, seafood, or sandwiches. You can add the buffet to any entree for a little more. Bonanza features daily specials. Join us Saturday and Sunday for our breakfast buffet that includes our famous omelet and egg station, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. There are 125 used car dealers in town, but there's only one Churras. Quality vehicle since 1954. Voted the best used car dealer. Check out their inventory, see something you like, take a test ride. Churras Auto Sales. Call 570-454-7229.
Ralph M. Cameron, specializing in quality and affordable construction services for residential, commercial, and industrial. Licensed and insured. Call 570-401-0654 today for all your construction needs.
Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.